you.
Happy birthday, Joey. Happy birthday, Joey. This my liver called and said that we absolutely, thanks Mom, absolutely need to make a Long Island iced tea. Just for the record, I wasn't going to do the video on this, I was just going to make one. But due to lack of stuff anyway, material, here we are. I did not drink the first one, I threw it out. I used this had never been opened until moments ago. Handcrafted small batch rum made in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. And I would rather eat a butthole than have another shot of this. If you put that in a shot glass and told me I'll give you $1 million if you can tell me what this is, I would have never guessed rum. So I switched over to the aged. The other thing, all of these things are somewhat correct, except for I don't have tequila, and I think it's supposed to be white tequila. And this has a real yes, this has a real smoky flavor to it. So I may or may not go with that. You're supposed to, let's see, equal parts gin, rum, triple sec, vodka, and tequila. And like I said, I do not have any tequila. Hang on, I think this is a much better choice than that, so I'm just going to roll with it. And you're supposed to go with lemon juice. Best I can do is fresh squeezed. And then a dash of cola. But before I even taste that, I need to start off by doing, according to my counselor and health guru, financial consultant, security consultant, and overall friend, Smile Money, my beet, ginger, and lemon juice. Ooh, I feel healthier already. Not that I'm scared. Let's see, a day ago on the Valhalla, Jolson says Wild Track Solutions, Ranch Guardian Services, Vermit and Trail Outfitters, Predator Control and Tracking, Blood Trail Hounds and Wildlife Services, Ranch and Range Wildlife Solutions, Lone Star Predator and Game Tracking, True Grit Ranch Services, Blackwoods Track and Trap, and Hunter's Edge Game Recovery. Hang on just 1 second. I am going to get this to the right person now, just in case he misses the show. It's a really big show. Come on. Really? Okay. Paste and send. Good, Jolson. Good, Jolson. Jolson on the Valhalla says H1. H1 is a miss. Jolson on Trackside Tactics says H2. H2 is a miss. Jolson on Trackside Tactics says we need more cowbell. Sorry, that video's already in the can. Jolson a day ago on the 1332 says, I said cowbell. What? I can't hear you. Wow. Just concentrate on those eyes for a moment. Jolson on the 1332 says H3. H3 is a miss. Jolson on the wrong video yet says on 1332, would you prefer that Chucky was on her 8008? John Solar on the Valhalla says, it all depends on what your definition of is. So how'd these all get missed? What's going on? On Cosmopolitan, J-Dog is first. Smile Money says, very nice. And Bad says, first indeed. Rich Huff is second, saying cheers all. And Bad says, cheers my little Richie Poo. J-Dog is here at home. Bad says, cheers JD. Vance. J-Dog. Smile Money says, on the podium. Bad says, cheers Smile Money. Smile Money says, cheers Bad. My goal was to make Eric chuckle from my comments. Matt's material just writes itself. Well, you know, that I guess technically all you have to do is read it and question something. Okay. This is the first time, well no, this is the second time technically that I've ever attempted, doesn't smell like one, attempted to make a Long Island iced tea. First time was not really breaking into the bar. One of the two of us had keys, but it wasn't open. You know, honestly, it's not the worst one I've ever had. Well, let's rule out the one that me and my buddy Bob made when we were in a bar where he was there to clean, and yeah, we cleaned all right. Not terrible. And compared to that one, this is not second place. This beats some stuff I've paid money for. Salty says, Congress shall make all laws respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise therefore, or abridging the freedom of nakedness, or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to be naked, and to petition the government for the readiness of grievances. Bad says, cheers, Naked Salty. How'd you like to fly those friendly skies? Smile, wow, the nipple research is something you should do alone. Fair enough, probably, yes. Okay, so this is the rifle that I find. Sharky, you're going to be difficult, little bitch. This is the rifle that I stole the 3-prong off of, and I replaced it with this, which was a tack pack item that has never ever been on a rifle. 2-hole gill with a bunch of top ports. I guess I'll find out how that works. Looks okay on there. And then the rest of the thing is just a hodgepodge. I mean, we've got the... See, this is where I would say to Jeremy, because he is like the only person that I know that has had hands-on experience with the Wraith. And this is the emitter for the Wraith. I think it has 3 settings on it. High, medium, and low. So the question that I would have for Jeremy, if this was your setup, which again, 300, this is on the 300 blackout, so it has ambi latch, extended ambi latch, ambi controls, It has an upgrade on the trigger to, it's basically the kind of the same thing as the Folds of Honor. And John's brake. And it has not been shot since at least, actually I think all of the upgrades. It hasn't been shot since all of the upgrades. It was because of how much freaking fun and the potential that I felt that this had, that I went when the next moment when I had the opportunity is when the let the mods begin. Let the mods begin. Let the mods. So the Jeremy's like, just get to the fucking question, bitch. Does this setup work just fine on its own? Kind of that leave well enough alone? Because the reason I ask is that is the light from Brinnite. That's the T18 Artemis, and it has I have the emitter. They call them, I don't remember what they called them, not pucks, but it came with green, red, a regular flashlight, and the infrared emitter. And because that is on there, I put that on there. But I'm just saying, if you were, would you just leave this set up exactly as it is, or would you take this one off and put something that's even brighter on there? Or does this thing work just fine, just the way it is? It's kind of a conversation with John Huber about the scopes. Just leave it just the way it is. Because on this guy, this little thing right here is the emitter versus this. But there's also when we get to go to and do an overnight up at the shack, I fully intend on having both of these with. I guess I'm gonna have to somehow work some 300 blackout rounds into the budget, or what I have is simply all that I have. Jennifer Aniston. It's like, honestly, the older she gets, she definitely, I think she gets even hotter. Mike says here. Mike. Bad says, cheers, G. Mike says back, cheers, B. Smart money. What do they think? You're 65? They just want you to get on early? Early like 7 or 8 years early? I don't know. I don't know if someone like fucking spoofed me and put me on some kind of a list, but what the fuck? And of course, it's like, you're not even talking to a human. They try to make a machine sound like a human. And anytime, I don't care if you think it's 100% legitimate or not, if someone says, can you hear me? Never say yes. Because if it is a scam, they're going to turn around and change the what is on their recording to saying something like, are you granting us access to your checking account? Yes, but you actually were answering yes to, can you hear me? That's why when these fuckers call and say, I actually have had a couple of them say, can you hear me okay? Eat a what? So, take take 5 shots, and I think I'd be able to get a lot closer. I'm sure when you go to a bar, they just use the lemon concentrate. Yes, I think I would be a lot closer to your stereotypical bar Long Island iced tea. Smart Money says, is a Lotus cheaper than Joey's Chevy Cavalier? Cobra says, I thought Joey had a GTO. Smart Money says, shh, it's not a real GTO. Cobra says, oh my. Yeah, it's just a name plate. Instead of saying Chevy Cavalier, they just put GTO on it. Cheap old gun guy. As we go through life, we gradually discover who we are. But the more we discover, the more we lose ourselves. Mega. I need like one of these where it's like Trump saying, still not tired of winning, or something like that. Cobra says, here. Then he says, what was the last high point you bought? Show and tell. Like all proper ownership of a high point, Cobra, I don't have one anymore. I think the last one was purchased for Christine's brother. And then before that, we had one that went to whatever her name was. Just another example of someone that won one of our ARs and disappeared from the internet. Poof. Yeah, the pistol went along with the AR that she had won. That one was a 380. That one I think one time I threw that one from here and it bounced off the wall back there. Bad says, greetings, Captain. Greetings, Bad. We're not doing bad at all. We're almost there, little buddies. Bad says, you don't need a real expensive code reader. Don't care what anyone says. I have a $30 ODB2 code reader that uses Bluetooth, and I control it with an app on my phone. I've used it on several vehicles. Clears codes without issues, reads codes, and gives you what's needed to fix it. You can even get real-time data on your motor while driving. Jolson says, mine was less than 100 and works great. Yeah, I don't remember which one yours was, Jolson, but that was the one that I need to get. Like I said yesterday, it wasn't that I have to have a real expensive one, but Sam has in comparison to a $100 reader, hers was real expensive because she was going to upgrade to a really nice one, and then she was going to give me hers. But now that her life plans all changed before she gave it to me, she has it with her so that she can use it, because I think what her plan is she'll simply use her computer to figure out what's wrong with the vehicle and then bring it to a garage and tell them what's wrong with it. So she doesn't have to pay to have them diagnose the problem. Yeah, I think, I could be wrong, but I think if I had one of those and I was able to clear the codes in it, even though Accurate says it was a hard code that couldn't be cleared, yet after they tried to clear it and they told me it couldn't be cleared, when I got in the truck it was cleared. Like I said the other day, the only thing that I could possibly think of is maybe the actual lift pump that has not had fuel going to it has actually been running, and maybe it finally running dry because no one spit on it, and maybe it seized or something, and then that's what sent the code to the computer. But since then, I went back in, found out what fuse that was, fuse number 17, in case you're keeping notes, and I pulled that out. But it didn't, obviously, clear the code. So there's a part of me that just thinks that if I was able to clear the code, and now that the fuse has been pulled to the lift pump that is not doing anything, nor has it done anything, and that was my bad. I should have remembered that, and when I put the new box in, I should have just automatically pulled the fuse, number 17, in case you're keeping track, to that lift pump. Smart money, I just place metal rods on each battery terminal, and instantly the vehicle tells me I do not know what the freak I'm doing and to call a mechanic. Bad says that only works if the rods are connected to your nuggets. And Bad says to Jolson, exactly, there are many cheaper options out there than jumping a couple hundy and something and use once and lay down on a shelf and don't touch it for a couple of years. Is it just me, or are you getting some push? EMT says G9. G9 is a hit. Didn't do a dip of one of them little blocks of Limburger cheese. I don't have any Limburger cheese. I haven't been able to find any around here. It's like the frickin' Subi store doesn't have any. The Super Ones don't have any. It was like, dude, they were literally selling it because I was buying all of it. So you have something that's moving. Why do you stop bringing it in? I mean, and you can't say, well, we were worried that we had overstock and that it would go bad. How would you ever know that Limburger cheese went bad? Oh. Matt Davis says Z4. Yeah, that's a miss. Well, you almost got a hole in one though. OnlyFans. Not even going to try to pronounce that. Jolson says, we need cowbell. Cowbell haters, headphone wearers, in 3, in 2, in 1. Jolson, guess you missed my other 3 calls. Not today. I don't know why they popped up today and weren't there yesterday. Jolson says H5. H5 is a miss. call me Misty, Mr. Rooney, Mr. Shit. Sharky says, cheers all, disassembled the internals of that one by just pulling the trigger. Great times, thanks J-Dog for putting it all back together. Here we go. Sharky, great looking holster, too bad about the suppressor height sights, making that tactical not fit smooth from the box. It might be worth reading the manual, giving it a shot, and possibly take it apart and cut down the leather strip they use as a spacer. Yeah, because if you're not running suppressor height sights, as you see, it clears perfectly on the VP9 with the best sights money can buy, period. The high-vis True Glow TFX Pros. So, if this had an optic on it, yeah, Sharky, I truly wonder. The problem is I would literally be I think there's a possibility that the suppressor height sights would actually hit the screws holding it together. I think what I have is a really nice leather outside the waistband holster for the VP9 with a light bearing that does not have optics on it. Plus, this gives me a really nice holster for the 80%er, which has just really turned into. I have actually not worn that outside of the house, and I've never worn it. Maybe once, because I was goofing around with Pete's holster, and I wore it in Pete's holster. But yeah, I am a little bummed out. Beating. It's about 3/16 of an inch. And I'm afraid that's all that it would take for this blade to be into those screws. I do have to say, I was never really a fan, I don't know why, of the outside the waistband holsters originally. I've always liked the inside the waistband. I'm like the opposite of a... See, that's just an example of me. I go in the other direction. I just hate an inside the waistband holster. I don't like the way it feels. I don't have a problem at all. But Pete made me some, original outside the waistband holsters for like the G23, the G27, the G19, and I don't know why, but it just felt like it was like way too high, and I didn't find it to be comfortable. And now if I take that same holster, I don't mind the way it is, and like being that I'm now on, I've been on a job that the person that's paying for the job knows that I carry, so I don't have to. I mean, when I was actually working in his place and his wife was home and whatever, I switched over to the Taurus. I mean, I don't care. I mean, if I'm not gonna as an owner of a company, I am not gonna sit unless it's brought up by the homeowner first. I am not going to have a conversation about guns, religion, or politics. I mean, unless they come right out and they say, "Oh, I absolutely love Trump and blah blah blah," and here's my mega shirt, and well, you know, where do you stand on all this? I'm almost like, hey, knuckle bump, you know, if they want to preach about they're liberals and they're so upset and they really wish that that someone would have got the job done, I'll just let them talk and be moving on. Not gonna do something that could possibly alienate 50% of your business load to just not want you because of your politics. Nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. But still gonna carry. I just know if I'm on a job that, you know, I know the homeowner's going to be home and blah, 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 then I quite happily switch over to carrying the Taurus and the inside the waistband. And now I think it's cool that the HK inside the waistband with the light bearing version works great with putting the Olight flat under rail light on it. Tomorrow should have a package showing up. Be doing a side-by-side comparison on the Baldar S against the Minis, and they're also sending their top flashlight that's out right now, and now I can't remember the name of that. I really like my Warrior that Amanda gave me. It's a sweet light, and it sits on the bedside stand. I know. If it was like a flashlight story, like Toy Story, it'd probably be upset with me that it always gets left alone. But it's like Arctic white, and it's badass, and I just have it there in case something goes bump in the night, as opposed to bringing it to work and having it look like shit in a short amount of time. Obviously, if I didn't have another option and I needed to, I would definitely give her a whirl. Sharky says Foxtrot 2 F2 is a hit. Come on, get. It's a hit. And last comment, Sharky says SH submarine outro. Yeah, Sharky, I think I've hit. I mean, obviously every now and then I throw some of the funny Ebomi ones in there. Seeing how it's a violation of something for WokeTube if you do stuff like that, because it's not you and it's blah 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 blah. And I told John, but it's fucking funny. It's one of the things that the Ebomi fucking channel was built on, is the funny intros. But no, you get a knock against your video if they see that. Oh, I didn't have a reason to use it, but the Paramilitary 2 that Tardisius sent me quite a while back, and McLean encouraged me to carry it more often. I just didn't want to mess it up. It's a great knife. It's just beefy enough to feel beefy, yet it's thin, durable. Love the lock mechanism right there, so that you can literally just have it ready to go before before it's even out. It's probably one of the sharpest. I wish I could sharpen a knife and get it anywhere near what Spydercos are when they show up. Damn, Bobby. Okay, in the club, I guess for doing it myself, I think if I had all of the proper stuff, a white tequila, maybe I should have used the Bacardi. I'm sure Bacardi is what gets used when you order something. Order one of these at a typical bar. I know that the first time I tried it, that fucking white small batch shit, that rum in there, fucking, like, what planet is? Oh god, this stuff was terrible. I think the key to success would find out how much lemon juice, because I'm sure when you order one of these, they would have used more than what I was able to squeeze out of that. I'll put it in the vise and make another one. Would I do it again? Yeah, probably before I even go upstairs. I don't know what dinner is, but I know this will go good with it. Oh, Sharky, just before we go to the club, we have to have a nice boobies. We have to have a laser aim. It's got a wazer. The wazer aim test. Another gun that's fun to shoot. Why? Because it's a 10mm. Okay, in the club, 3 of you. Rich. Saying cheers, clubbers. Cheers, Rich. Smile money. Oh, I made it. Cheers, clubbers. Ooh, oh yeah. And Cobra, knock knock. I'm here to check out this clubhouse. Come on in, baby. Light's green. Light is green. Trap is clean. No comments found. Try searching for something else or removing filters. The filter is, I haven't responded. Now, let's actually go over to the video and see. Sort by newest first. Okay, accounted for. Oh, Tomcat got anal screwed. Thank you for not ringing that fucking cowbell. Enough already. Ooh, Tom. Sorry about that moments ago. Okay. Accounted for. 4 sub-comments. All accounted for. 3 sub-comments. All accounted for. Oh, Smile Money got a comment yanked. Laugh out loud. It's perfectly okay for you to carry a different gun every day. I'm sure they will all work perfectly, and since you don't shoot that often, it's not like it develop muscle memory. The most metrosexual have to accessorize with their outfits. Do like Mr. Holster, who was a professional, explained how he was trained. You have Matt, after all. And Cobra says, lick finger in place on nipple for sizzle. And of course Phil, cold-hearted bastard, got got his comment pulled for nothing more than 2 thumbs up, 2 pirate flags, and 2 shots of something. The sub-comment from Bad also got yanked, saying, "Cheers, CHB." That's all got. Oh, J-Dog. J-Dog got pulled for saying, "I fixed the fucking dragon off." You know, the funny thing is, J-Dog, yet you're an authorized user on this channel, and yet something as simple as saying, "Fuck, you got your tally whacked." Okay, that's it. Everything was accounted for. I'm gonna hit the button one last time, and then I'm going to say goodbye. Whatever the Carol Burnett. Glad to say goodbye. I don't know. I can hear the jingle in my brain. One another together, and then whatever.